Muhammad from the US says, when do we do the dua? Do we do the dua before the dua mashura, as he says? And I presume that he's meaning to say, Allahumma na'udhu bika min adhab jahannam, adhab al-qabr, fitn al-mahya wa mat, fitn al-masih al-dajjal. Do we say it before or afterwards? Of course, we know we have to make the dua after the salutation. It doesn't make any difference. So if you make the salutation, وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد, and then you say اللهم إني أعوذ بك من عذاب جهنم وعذاب القبر ومن فتنة المحيا وفتنة المسيح الدجال, and then you say اللهم اغفر لي ارحمني ربنا آتنا الدنيا حسنة والآخرة حسنة, whatever, then you offer salam, no problem. If you reverse that, no problem at all, بإذن الله. Saad from Emirates.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salamullah.
Sheikh, I have two questions. One of them is really quick. Is it okay if I ask?
One only, akhi. Barakallah feek. So many people waiting.
Okay. The question was, does the COVID-19 test where they put the swab in your nose, does that break your fast?
Okay, I will answer inshallah. So does COVID-19 where they put the swab into your nasal cavity, would that invalidate your fasting? The answer is no. There is nothing that went down your throat to your stomach. There is no substance. It's just a cotton swab, and there is nothing wrong in that. Solely from Germany.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salamullah.
I wanted to ask if it is an innovation if I do the morning and evening afkar and sujood during prayer in evening or morning in Fajr or Maghrib.
Okay, I will answer inshallah. So Solly is from Germany's question, is it an innovation to do the adhkar of morning and evening during prayer? The answer is yes. Why? Doing it not part of the adhkar, rather part of supplicating to Allah, praising Allah, glorifying Allah, this is okay in sujood. But doing the adhkar specifically at this time, this is something that the Prophet did not do, alayhi salam, nor did his companions. So you can't know better than them. Doing it would make it an innovation, and Allah knows best. Isat for Denmark.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salamullah.
My question is, if I masturbate while I'm fasting, do I need to, fast 30 days extra?
If you do what?
Masturbate, in Ramadan, like if I masturbate only one day or two.
Okay. I will answer inshallah. So Isad from Denmark is asking about masturbation. And we know that masturbation is a sinful act. And when done during fasting and ejaculating, this leads to breaking of the fast. So he's asking, if a person had fallen in such a filthy sin, what is expiation of that? The answer is, this is a frequently asked question, because a lot of the Muslims usually think that doing such a filthy sin during the time of Ramadan would mean that they have to fast 60 days, 2 consecutive months. And this is a misconception. If you break your fasting, whether by eating, drinking, or masturbating, you have to make up for that day after repenting and asking Allah for forgiveness and showing extreme and sincere remorse. But the 60 days or the 2 consecutive months are the penalty for a person who has sexual intercourse during the daytime of Ramadan. So this is different than masturbating, and I hope this answers your question. Maryam from the US. Maryam?
Assalamu alaikum.
Salamullah.
My question is, if I fast 30 days without breaking any break, if I fast 30 days without any break, and there is a chance that I might get sick, since I'm underweight for my age and I'm actually sick really fasting from my dad because he won't let me fast, is it okay for me to do 3 days of fasting and 1 day not, and then 3 days of fasting and 1 day not, and make up the missed fast later on?
Why are you missing these days? I did not understand. Are you sick?
No, I'm not sick. I don't have invisible disease, but I'm underweight.
So, يعني, just because you're underweight, you think you're gonna vanish and disappear if you fast the whole month of Ramadan?
No, they're saying that I might get sick.
You might.
Yeah.
Okay, the answer is no. This is totally prohibited to skip a day of Ramadan based on speculations. The notion that, okay, you are underweight and you have to fast 3 days and skip 1 day so that you gain more weight, this is preposterous. This is illogical. Even those who come to you and say, maybe you're going to fall sick, maybe you're going to develop this or that, maybe is a speculation. We cannot jeopardize a pillar of Islam for mere speculations. Yes, you go and fast the whole 30 days. If in between you fell sick or was so weak and vulnerable you needed to eat or drink, break your fast and eat and drink. No problem with that. But to schedule it 3 days, yes, 1 day off, no, this is totally prohibited. Afifa from the US.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'd like to say Jazakallah khairan for answering my question last time. My question for today, inshallah, is on the topic of Islamic universities. I aspire to become a scholar by the grace of Allah and have been meaning to study overseas to improve my Arabic and acquire Islamic ilm in either Mecca or Medina. But recently I found out that the Islamic University of Medina only accepts male students. So I was wondering if there are any universities in Mecca or Medina that accept female students. Barakallahu feek.
Wafikum barakallahu feekum. May Allah Azza wa Jal reward you as well. And may Allah Azza wa Jal make you attain your noble goal and make you one of the scholars of Islam. Ameen. As for your question, it is true. The University of Medina, the Islamic University of Medina, takes only male students. But Al Qura in Mecca takes both. So you can study Islamic studies in Al Qura in Mecca. You can also go to Jami'at al-Imam Muhammad ibn Saud, which is in Riyadh, and they also have a faculty only for ladies. You can also go to Noura University. You can go to Taiba University in Medina. So the Islamic University in Medina is totally segregated for men, but Taiba, which is another name of Medina, Taiba University also has Islamic studies in it, and it's for both men and females. They're segregated, but you can come and study in either one, insha'Allah Azza wa Jal.